Hello everybody, the Astroviber report for the next week. It's been a crazy time. Um, a lot of the people that I talked to over the weekend, the things were all it, yeah, Mercury retrograde. For some of us it's okay, for some of us it's bad as it can be. Careful how you do your communications, careful what you're saying to who you're saying and what you're saying on it. Because later on you might feel sorry about the things you said or you did, of the actions on it. To remind you that a lot of the people, this report doesn't make sense because they're not awakened as a soul. They don't respond to the magnetic fields. They don't respond to the vibrations that goes on there. Just doesn't work for them. Thank you for everyone that watched the emergency report and they send the messages on it. And we're gonna go over into it because there's gonna be some lot of interesting thing that goes on during the Mercury retrograde. All of a sudden, a lot of people need help. A lot of people look at the things that goes on. But it's more important what you're going to do within yourself, because see, you can be on this magnetic field, but how you gonna resonate with that magnetic field, and mostly how you gonna react into it, that is entirely up to you. All right. So what's going on with the sky now? The way it is currently. Tomorrow morning we're still going to have the moon in Aquarius. Rebellion. That is the time that the rebellion is gonna come. The rebel is gonna come out. The things that you want to change, you're gonna be looking to the truth. You're gonna be looking to express the truth. You're gonna be looking to getting to this truth out. This trine with Mars, it's going to be very powerful. That's going to be the time when the masculine energies inside of you, they're going to rise up. But be careful how you're rising it up, because right here, if you pay attention to these red lines of it, that is the time when the tensions is going to be rise up. Let me zoom it up a little bit, kind of like so you can see it much better. Talking about right here, this is about Libra, which is the relationship. That's what a Mars is. And we're talking about Saturn and Pluto, who are in the Capricorn. How you're professional with it. What do you do professionally wise? How you gonna be performing? And some of the people, they're gonna screw up the things that are at work, the things that are professionally wise, the things that aggravates them because of what is their relationship. That could be a relationship at work. That could be a relationship in home because of work. That could be everything that it's involved, those two together. Or that it also could be your professional way of doing life. Mercury, who is a retrograde here, and he is forcing the people to look at it inside of the darkness, inside of their own things, to do revaluation of everything that it's getting done. This is going to be going on for a month. So as Mercury goes retrograde, the more the energy is going to be forcing into it. But what it's going to be controlled, the focus of that energy is going to be the moon. Since the moon, it's controlling our emotions, while the moon, it's going to go through the zodiac signs. It's going to focus on different things, different areas of life. In those different areas of life, it's about you to focus on one day at a time of the things that you need to work on it, on your inner work, on your inner self. So, as tomorrow, the moon is going to be, as I said, then Aquarius is going to continue to move forward. It's the first quarter moon. That is the time when the moon is squaring the sun, and that is the time when your emotions, they're gonna facing your ego, and gonna facing who you are. What do you add into it? Since the sun, it's also on Scorpio, that is the energy of the inner world that comes in inside. That is the time when you do revaluation. This is why I'm during this period of time, you do an evaluation what you did at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year that begins in Aries. So everything that you did from Aries to a Libra, it's gonna be reevaluate. So you can go ahead and work during the winter times. You're gonna be working on your spirituality. Every zodiac sign after Virgo, which is from Libra all the way to Pisces, they're mostly connected to the relationship with others, spirituality with others. Into. So focus on yourself, do the things that you need to do, but don't damage others because of your own self. As I said, on Tuesday the moon is still gonna be on Aquarius. This time she's gonna be squaring Mercury retrograde. Be careful with these communications there, how it comes in. This is the time when you're going to be saying, you know what, I had enough. You know what, stop with this. I know what, I don't have to have this inner war in me. Specifically, if you're a twin flame, Zavet, the inner war inside of you is within you. Don't blame your twin flame for whatever is going on in your life. Into. Um, if you have relationships, focus on yourself, what you need to tell yourself. Communications right now, they're shifted into internal self, not to express outside. And during this kind of like a critical period, some of you is going to blow off. Some of you is going to do things that are out of alignment. And this is why it's this quote out there. It's like, I feel sorry for what I said about a Mercury retrograde. Well, it is what it is. It's the warning part that goes on into Wednesday. The moon is going to go to Pisces. That is the time that you have to evaluate what you did wrong, what kind of actions did you took. Did you took the actions from soul or you took actions from ego? Very good self-realizations, because the moon is going to be sextile Uranus and it's going to be trine the sun. Now you're going to be seeing that the things that you probably think or the things that you probably did was probably based off your assumptions, not on a base of what the reality is. Be careful how you're taking information from others. If you don't hear from the horse's mouth, then don't believe in any information on it. So if you have issues with someone, go solve the issues with that someone in some private place or some place that they can be solved. Not like going out and blow all the fuses inside of yourself and go ballistic on everybody. Uh, I know this has been going on for like 5-6 years now. When everybody here Mercury retrograde, everything goes down the hill. Thursday, it's gonna be a very compact, very important day. The moon, it's gonna be have a gonna be have conjunction, which is union with Neptune. Neptune's in Pisces, which is giving you the inner visions from the soul. As you see at the blue lines, that's gonna be a very good day when you have a finally realizations inside of you about what's going on in your life. This is gonna be probably the moment when you finally surrender your egoistic way of life and you kind of like, all right, let me put the brakes, let me work on me. I see that the things that I was thinking they were wrong, because if I was looking from my soul, I can did the things differently. Very good day for realization. Very good day if you're gonna use the Mercury retrograde for that. Um, Take your time for yourself to kind of like go out in the nature. If you are married, take your time. It's like, you know what, I need to go out shopping, but you go out shopping just to go around the store and evaluate yourself into if really you can be by yourself, just find a time during the day you to kind of like for 1 hour, if you have to go to the church or whatever is your story, into it. But please focus on this self-evaluation even throughout the day. find that inner peace, because the inner peace in the soul is a very important, and the moon is going to focus on this together with Neptune and Mercury, who is a retrograde into. Um, Friday, as you see, the moon, it moves and shifts the energies, shifts the focus of it. It's still gonna have this energy from the previous day, but this time she's going to go ahead and square Venus. And be careful how you do this, because you can blame easily other things, other people, other stuff, instead of blaming yourself. And look at inside of yourself, like, what did I did wrong? What did I did the situation is? Don't go to your loved one and begin to like, I'm not this because of that, I'm not because of you, I'm not because of whatever you limitate me, whatever, and so on. Take your time to reevaluate this, because on the next day the moon is going to move. Basically, she's going to be in Aries at this time during the day. Very intense energy. Everything that goes on in Aries, you want to have a new beginning, you want to have a new things, you want to have a new stuff that goes on. And usually when the moon comes into your Aries, you have all this energy to create actions that are sometimes they're very raw. They're very raw. This is like action without pretty much very well thinking. So it's very important what did you think on the previous days when it comes to this. On Tuesday, the moon is going to be pretty much of the mid areas. This squaring here, that is going to be the time when you're going to be thinking that the limitations and the people you are around you, they do not resonate with your relationship with you. That is the warrior who's gonna comes out, and he's gonna look through those limitations, gonna look through those people, and the moon is gonna be like, go ahead, do it, go ahead, be crazy, go bad, be aggressive. And usually these times of it, people create the wrong actions, which is they're gonna feel sorry about it. What to do though? What to do is look at it, the Mercury retrograde, look at it, the inner visions that you have, trust those visions. Don't activate it, don't act upon this negative energy from Mars and Saturn and Pluto, which is they both gonna be direct, and you're gonna be feeling this shift comes up, everything is begin to move. Um, Uranus for right now, he kind of like stays like a little bit neutral, but this is going to change. This is going to be changed so much, and over the time when at the moon it's going to comes in and activate this, we're going to see that Uranus is going to be begin to have this squaring with Mars, and that is the time that you're going to get to receive for what you did. If you did the good, you're going to get the good. If you acted as bad, then you're going to get the bad. And that is why during these oppositions, that's going to begin to be activated between Mars and Uranus is going to be crazy. Um, Here is this part on Saturday, this triangle. That is going to be increasing the anger if you trust into the anger of the previous day. This is like basically like a snowball that goes down the hill, and then all of a sudden it just goes on and slams into people. And this is why it's important from the previous day you to go ahead and look at inside, trust the positive energy. Don't look at it to this negative part inside of it, and people to be kind of like try to pushing your buttons and you to acting on those buttons or the things that you have enough. If you had enough with someone, be polite to tell them, you know what, I give you a hand, I did this everything to you, you didn't listen, so please, I don't need to deal with this energy. I need to have my own peace. and zip it up into that way. Let the people dealing with their own anger, let the people dealing with their own issues. If that's affecting you, just be the best as you can be as a polite into. But usually during these periods, there's gonna be like very kind of like intense parts, and be careful of what are you doing. This is about the next Saturday and Sunday. As I said, when the moon is gonna be moved, we're also gonna have Uranus opposition, and this is a cardinal oppositions. Those are major oppositions that they can screw you up or they can fix you up. Depends of how you work, how you operate into. You're gonna look at your own destruction to destruct the things that they don't work anymore with you, or you can go and you can blame everybody else for the things that you cannot do. So focus on you to get better. Hold your anger, hold your horses, whatever you want to call it, into it. But look at inside of your own internal communications, because the Sun and Mercury retrograde that's going to come in together, and the Scorpio, and this energy here of inner peace. If you did your work, it's going to affect you, and you're going to be like gelling Magellan like no tomorrow. You're gonna be the happiest person in the world, and everybody is like, what kind of drug did you are get into it? And you gotta explain it to them. I'm listening to my soul. Everything else, you don't know about it. So that's pretty much with the Astroviber report. I gotta make some twin flame video that's going to it. I think it's gonna be very good, very powerful. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and be love. Looking for your comments.